In 2016, when Yahaya Bello was sworn in as governor, he was 40. His first attempt landed him the governorship by some divine ordinance beyond any human control. In the usual manner of politics the world over, tents were pitched around the young governor by so many so-called political bigwigs in hopes to each hold some control of the state and perhaps its resources. As far as politics is concerned, this is not totally wrong to do. Politicians are known to play by the rule of interest, and so is their loyalty and friendship. So much was it that some even became open-air praise singers, asserting the divinity of the governor's rise to office and how anyone who stands against him stands against that divinity.
The entire Kogi state in the central, in the west, and the east voted for Abubakar Audu. But the Almighty God voted for Yahaya Bello.
Let's fast forward to months later. The fallouts began. At the initial stages, people could not place a hand on what the issues were, but a cursory look is enough to paint a picture of what it was. The young governor had decided to play against the rules of conventional politics. Whether it was an intuitive decision made in frustration from likely humongous demands required to keep such frail loyalties, or a decision rooted in the very core of his administration's blueprint, popularly known as the New Direction Blueprint, is a question we may never be able to answer. But what is sure is that the governor decided to owe loyalty to the people on the oath he had sworn. He decided to walk in a new direction against status quo. He charted a political course for himself without a godfather on a political field of play governed by godfathers. The campaigns began against him, a media onslaught never before witnessed in the history of Kogi State. He had proven to them that he was not the naive young man they imagined in their heads, and surely that was unacceptable. He was branded irresponsible, corrupt and egotistical, even though the administration at the time was too young and it was too early to determine any of that. Any Nigerian that does as much as a surface research into the administration of Governor Yahaya Bello, away from the biased media onslaught championed by self-made foes, will see a different picture from what has been painted, backed with facts and tangible proofs. The question remains, why the consistent interest in smearing the image of this one man? Why the continuous battles? Could it be that these people are seeing something we cannot see? A resilience and boldness that is the making of a fast-rising political force. If he is so insignificant, why is he such a big worry? He is no longer governor, yet they won't let his name out their mouths. Why? Is he some kind of threat to certain people nursing separate ambitions? In recent time, it is on open display in the show put before Nigerians in an arrest frenzy, where a law enforcement agency blandly ignored a court order and laid siege at his residence to place him under arrest. The funny part is that same agency that was in contravention of a court order claimed to be on the right side of the law. Could it be more than meets the eye? The rather intriguing part of it all remains the fact that through time, the more they fought him, the more his influence has grown. The more they work to put his light out, the brighter he shines. It appears there is something about him that draws these attacks and wanton desire to pull him down. And whilst there are many opinions to this effect, my thought is destiny. Perhaps as history has shown us of all great men, this is all the walking and making of greatness. My prediction therefore is that in the years to come, the name Yahaya Bello will resound through time and echo through generations for resilience, courage, boldness, and a dare to dream. It will be the story of an ordinary Agasa boy who grew to great fame, influence, and power, and how his story makes it possible for the little boy in the creeks of the Niger Delta and the very ghettos of Lagos to dream and become their dream. Against every dart and against every odd, it will be a story of conviction and of faith to stay true to it even if it means standing alone. It will be a story for generations. The story of the White Lion.